Greetings and salutations, friends. I am back home here in the studio after a long weekend working on the cabin. And, this is going to be another one of those sort of improvised off the cuff shows. I don't even have notes. So this thing could go anywhere. But recently, a friend and fellow YouTube content producer sent me a link to David Wilcock's new sales pitch for his new Ascension Mystery School, which is the third one. And I don't know, for me, I'd like to know how many people reached Ascension from the first class that he sold for $333 and the second class that he sold for $333. Boy, you could spend $1,000 for Ascension. Ascension ain't cheap. Oh, hold on, friends. That's something new. Talk about a live show. Things are going to happen. So just bear with me, friends. The webcam stand. That's what you get for buying cheap webcams. The webcam stand fell over. Right at the start of the show, too. Great. Hold on, friends. All right. We'll try to figure this out. All right. That'll work. Jeez, I can't believe it. Look. This is a live show, friends, and it just fell right off the desk. I guess it wasn't tight enough. I always have problems with that stand. That'll be the last time I use it for a show here. Let me see if I can adjust myself a little bit here. Just going to prop this thing up on the laptop. Welcome to Amateur Hour. So I apologize. These things happen live show. You get it, warts and all. Oh, boy. Well, let's bring in my friend from across the pond, Sarah. Here we go. Hey there,
Hi. Sarah. Did you just levitate?
Yeah, boy, I've never seen that happen before.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yeah. Can you hear me? Okay.
No, I just wondered if you just levitated and knocked it off.
Yeah, that was weird. That's the first time that's ever happened, and hopefully the last time. I'm going to throw that stand in the trash and buy a brand new good one. Hold on here.
You see, that's what happens when you buy his courses. You can levitate.
I know. No, Amazon Basic.
Uh-huh.
Do you know about Amazon Basic? Amazon Basic is like, if you just need something, it's like the no frills, cheapest, crappiest product you could buy just to get you by. So that was an Amazon Basic. I'm sure some of their stuff is good, like wires and cables. I don't know, but that didn't work out.
Well, I thought it was because you'd done his basic
maybe
course and it managed to levitate off the table.
Yeah. So you sent me this pitch video and his pitch, David Wilcock's new pitch, and I couldn't believe some of the stuff in the video. So I thought it would be fun if I just share my screen and we'll play some of it and talk about it, because what a pitch. What a sales pitch, right?
I saw some of it,
Yeah. Okay, so let me oh, wait a minute. I got to get it on YouTube. I have it on his, and he's got like a 10-page marketing pitch to try to get people to buy his course. And the whole time that you're on it, oh no, I do have to share it from there, don't I? Maybe, yeah. I don't see the pitch on YouTube. So I'll just share it from his, we're going to cite fair use, friends. I'm going to put up my fair use banner. This is a transformative work, so we can share his video because we're going to be discussing the video and the contents of the video, and maybe we'll give him a sales pitch critique. I'm no salesperson, but we'll see how he does, right? All right, 1 second, friends. I'm going to try to get this queued up. Now, this is from his website, AscensionMysterySchool.com, but it's a public website, but we're still citing fair use because David Wilcock likes to copyright strike people, or so I hear, who use his materials, especially when critical of those materials. So we're going to cite fair use as is appropriate. We'll be discussing this. And this is Ascension Mystery School. There we go. Cue the new age music and the star patterns. You got to have a lot of stars. Can you hear that? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, good. Means the audience can too. And it's called Gateway to the Galactic Mind, right?
I'm David Wilcock, and I want to introduce you to some of the most fascinating, obscure mysteries that you have ever heard of in your life. Mysteries that fundamentally redefine what it means to be alive on this planet at this time in history. Is the universe alive and intelligent, conscious? Is the universe one identity? And are you part of that identity? Do you have a perfect holographic connection to the one infinite creator, whether you realize it or not?
And don't you think this is just playing to like poor, lost, lonely people, right? Like you're special.
Definitely, but what I noticed was I watched a little bit of it. Is the camera angles? He kind of like flicks between these different camera angles.
Hey, I'm setting up. I'm going to have 8 camera angles just to have more than him. I'm working on.
Yeah, you need 10.
I need 8 or 10. Yeah. All right. Let's continue. But I think this opening is pretty clear. He's like, you're special, and it appeals to people that are feeling lost or lonely or like don't have a purpose in their life and they're searching for something. Happen upon him on the internet and get their pockets drained. But yeah, this is where we're at.
Are the systems collapsing on Earth truly leading to some sort of global horrific event? Or are we actually going through a necessary readjustment of the way that our systems work on Earth and how we see ourselves in relation to one another and to the greater whole?
Now, and see that? He just gave himself an out. So like if nothing happens, no cataclysmic apocalypse happens, he could say, oh, well, I said it might just be an adjustment, you know? So we're either heading towards the apocalypse. Yeah.
Sorry?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I said I noticed that one side of his face moves and the other side just doesn't move.
Wow, that's weird.
So if you notice, rewind it back a little bit, you'll notice that just like one side is moving and the other is.
Plenty to watch. Maybe he'll do this again. Well, let's try to move forward. But I thought it's funny. It's like he's giving himself an out if the apocalypse he's talking about never happens. You know, that's like fake psychic insurance.
These are just some of the subjects that we are going to address in Ascension Mystery School 3.0. A fascinating deep dive.
3.0. So I'd like to know how many, Sarah, how many people do you think ascended from Ascension Mystery School 1.0 and 2.0?
Maybe none.
And I don't get it. It's like you didn't get it right the first 2 times, so now you're going to really be able to help them ascend if they didn't ascend the first 2 times they gave you money?
Well, if it's anything like Windows, it's 0.
Yep. Let's see what else he has to say.
Esoteric science, where you will be learning about things like sacred geometry and the fundamental underpinning of reality on a geometric substrate. The simple fact is that the world is a lot more interesting than we've ever dared to believe. We're being visited by extraterrestrials, and many, if not most of those extraterrestrials are actually benevolent beings with an advanced higher consciousness, and their desire is to see that we too raise our consciousness level, become more highly evolved, and more equipped for this new energy that our solar system is moving into as we go into a higher energy zone in the galaxy.
And this is the same pitch he was given before 2012, you know? There's going to be these cosmic energies that are going to raise everybody into the 5th density or something, and we're all going to get superpowers, right? Do you remember him doing this in 2012? Because it sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, because there was loads of people in the New Age movement doing it. It's 2012, and none of it happened.
Imagine that. Nobody ascended, and nobody. David Wilcock said we were all going to have superpowers after 2012.
Yeah, there was loads of them doing it.
Yeah, I didn't get no superpowers. Maybe I got ripped off. I'd like to be the Hulk, right? Get angry and just start smashing people. Let's see. What else?
Ascension Mystery School 3.0 fundamentally redefines all of the previous works I've ever conducted before. Even if you've read all...
Yeah, if nobody's buying the previous works, you need a special edition, right? You got to repackage this thing. Oh, no. What else?
All 4 of my published books, and you've seen both of the previous Ascension Mystery Schools. In this class, I intend to synergize all of this previous material together into a new whole. But even if you haven't seen the previous classes, you're going to find that everything is explained to you as if you'd never heard anything before. What you're going to discover is that the geometry you may have seen in visionary states is the essence of consciousness. There are
listen to this word salad. The geometry you may have seen in visionary states. This is word salad, right?
Yeah. They love that word salad, don't they?
I see
a little bit of vinaigrette in the mouth.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Sarah's got a YouTube channel where she kind of pokes fun at a lot of New Age stuff. And she's got one video where it's like, it's about New Age or how to be a spiritual guru, right? That video. And you talk about the word salad. Like what you got to do is take this special sauce and then you could say these big words, right? It's just
like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
No, visionary states. It's got to be New Agey. So it's like visionary states, quantum entanglement of your visionary states, and the geometric matrix. You know, I'm getting good at it just listening to people like this clown. All right, let's see what else he's got to say.
Are geometric patterns in your brain as you think, and they are beautiful 3-dimensional fractal patterns. If we can prove that our thoughts inside the brain have this fundamental structure to them, then is it possible that consciousness itself is geometric, that consciousness itself expresses as geometry, and that geometry is alive? It doesn't seem possible, but yet
New camera angle.
Science lines up. The geometry is the unified field theory that we never thought we would get, but now we have.
Do you think he maybe like read a sacred geometry book and he's gotten all hyped up that he thinks he has something new to repeat to people that they haven't heard before? Or is this just...
Yeah, of course.
It's like he read I don't know, like he was looking at a book about fractals and all of a sudden thinks he knows the secrets to the universe, right?
that and microfacial expression on him, he looks really like evil, predatory.
Well, maybe I get lucky stopping him in the right places sometimes. Well, let's see what else he's going to say. But what a sales pitch so far. We're going to learn about that.
If I was just going to stop him there, I just want to run out the door.
Yeah, I don't think this is a very good pitch so far. We're going to learn about the aliens, and we're going to learn the secrets of the entire universe as only David Wilcock understands them for only $333. Sounds like a bargain. Oh, no. What else is he going to say?
However, the geometry goes much, much farther than I've ever described in previous modules of Ascension Mystery School. And this gets into a very fascinating enigma known as the cycles of history. I will show you in this class absolute, irrefutable proof that historical events are being almost precisely duplicated in various cycles of time.
Yeah, he's fond too of promising people scientific proof. Like, well, in my books, I have scientific proof of X, Y, or Z, and the proof never pans out. It's like you're in England, right? He'll like cite like a Sun or World Weekly News, you know, like tabloid paper, and say that's his proof. You know, like that's not proof. That's a rag newspaper.
Yeah, they're really rag newspapers. Yeah,
but that's the kind of proof that he cites as scientific proof. I don't get it. I don't think we ever get any proof from him. But okay,
this would include the age of the zodiac of 2,160 years, the quarter age of the zodiac, or 540 years, which actually you have to subtract 1 year, make it 539. And then you have a very curious connection to the Bible, where Jesus actually does say, if thou art to forgive thy brother, thou must forgive him 7 times, 77 times.
Yes, and he's talked about this previously. Jesus said you should forgive your brothers. This is Jesus saying you should always forgive your brother. It's not a numerical code as he's going to suggest here and he has in other places.
Depending on which translation, that's what he says. 7 times 77 is 539. And I will explore this and other interesting clues suggesting that Jesus had a lot more knowledge than we give him credit for in modern times. And we actually have the tools to be able to unpack what that sacred knowledge really is and how we can use it. In Ascension Mystery School 3.0, you're going to get a truly mind-blowing exploration of all the evidence suggesting that our entire solar system is going through a radical and discontinuous change. You're going to see shocking photos, how planets are becoming much brighter in our solar system in just a matter of 5 to 10 years.
Isn't it amazing, Sarah, that I haven't heard this incredible news from any astrophysicists or planetary scientists or astronomers on Earth?
No, and he's just suddenly come out with it, isn't he?
Boy, only David Wilcock knows about this, and all the world scientists have no idea about this shocking information about all the changes our solar system's planets are going through.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
How can he know about this?
He probably read it in the Sun.
But how could he know about this and none of the other scientists on Earth know about it?
But you see, that's because he's got superpowers, and if you pay money, you'll have superpowers as well.
Yeah, I think we're getting to that.
And NASA is largely not talking about this.
And they're covering it up.
Releasing the information. Where is all of this heading? It appears that our solar system is moving into a zone of higher energy in the galaxy, and that all of this is fundamentally interconnected with the science of cycles. All of these weird cycles of time where history seems to be repeating itself unify into the grand cycle of 25,920 years, which has also been known as the Great Year in ancient mythology. The Great Year may be a lot more significant than we ever gave it credit for, because we will explore how there are 23 different ancient prophecy traditions that have all come together, indicating that the times that we are in right now is not a time where the world is going to end, not a time of doom and gloom and catastrophe, but a massive ascension event where those...
And he pitched the ascension event in the year 2000, and then he pitched the ascension event again in the year 2012. Now he's pitching the ascension event is going to happen right now. So he's 2 strikes out, right, Sarah? Do you think?
Yeah,
what are the odds? Is it going to hit a home run this time, or is this going to be another strikeout?
Well, what is it they say? If you lied to me once, you lied to me twice, but you don't accept it a third time.
Yeah. Well, ascension definitely didn't happen the last 2 times he was taking people's money and promising them that it was going to happen any day now. So I would tend to believe that this is another money grab that will amount to nothing. Let's see what else he has to say. We're halfway through already. See, this is fun. I wanted to do a quick one because I don't want to have to listen to 3 or 4 hours of him like I usually have to.
Those who are prepared for it are able to activate their dormant abilities and become essentially meta-human, having consciousness acceleration such that you would be able to telepathically communicate with others, perhaps use telekinesis, perhaps even levitate.
Oh.
It's frozen.
I'm sorry about that. Once in a while, I have a technical weird glitch here. So this is Sarah, this is the same pitch that he gave before. Did I lose Sarah?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
He just paralyzed me with his superpowers.
You were very still. But if you remember, this is the exact same pitch that he was given when he was selling stuff before 2012, that the ascension event's going to happen. And if you just buy my book, you'll figure out how to get your own superpowers. He's literally promising people superpowers are going to come their way if they buy his course and can understand how to access them, right?
Yeah. No, I was completely mesmerized by him. I just became paralyzed by his superpowers. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I don't understand the whole superpowers thing, but I guess he's promising people. I don't understand how you could take people's money and promise them that if they take your course, you're going to unlock superpowers. To me,
I don't understand that either, but I even don't understand why people would believe that.
Yeah, but I don't understand why law enforcement would allow this.
No, exactly.
Yeah, like I almost want to come up with $333, and then when I don't get the superpowers, I could report them for consumer fraud, I guess. I don't know.
These prophecies are very exciting, and they cut to the core of what it means to be human. How is it that this geometry interweaves through the very basic science of space, time, matter, energy, and consciousness? Can we solve the cycles of history geometrically? And if in historic times, the world has been going through cycles at different rates of speed, where different countries experience one cycle, and then another country experiences a different cycle, what actually happens when everyone on Earth starts having the same experiences at the same time? This is exactly...
Yeah, he's playing into coincidences and stuff here. Like, I don't think there's anything to any of this. What do you think, Sarah?
No, I mean, he's just basically... So he's saying what happens at the same time. It's like the confirmation bias theory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, so then he can say, he's just using it to hype his sales pitch up.
Wow.
Exactly the type of field effect of consciousness that's been going on since we entered the year 2020, the year of 2020 vision. But what are we really seeing? We're seeing chaos, corruption, dysfunction, heartbreak, misery, and pain. We're seeing the unveiling of a shocking global evil that seems to be so frightening that most people would rather disassociate and not even look at it than face the reality of what it is. And we start to get uncomfortably close to the idea that biblical prophecy and other ancient prophecies may have been far more right than we imagined. There may actually be a global evil force that is running this planet.
Yeah, and this he's just playing to the letter of the alphabet crowd. I don't even say that letter here because YouTube doesn't like it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's this evil cabal. Maybe it's the reptilian aliens that really control the world, or the Rothschilds, the evil deep state that's really running everything and trying to have a one world government. So he's playing to that crowd. It's like he's checking off boxes. Get the alien people, get the New Agers, get the letter of the alphabet conspiracy theorists, get them all in my tent to buy a ticket to my circus, right?
Yeah, exactly. So then he's covered all bases, and it's the hopium thing, isn't it? So then he's kind of like getting them all on the bandwagon. Next thing it'll be joining all the, the grifters that I kind of expose and jumping on their bandwagon as well, with the Sasha Stone and the David Stills and all that lot, and saying, oh yeah, I'll join you lot as well. Because once they run out of ideas, they all kind of come up with another idea.
Yeah, boy, this is an interesting circus. We're more than only got a few minutes left, and I guess operators are standing by if anybody actually wants to buy this garbage. But I wouldn't recommend it. Sorry.
And there may be a prophecy or many prophecies about the compelling downfall of that negative force. Those prophecies may actually be relevant to what's happening right now, and they may be relevant to what's happening in your own life. We are going to explore how the pattern of Christ is the hero's journey. This is a galactic evolutionary template. I will make that argument very clear. And the hero...
It's a galactic evolutionary template, Sarah. I didn't even know there was a such thing as a galactic evolutionary template. Did you?
No, I had no idea.
And he's
mixing aliens with God.
Yeah,
It's like,
and I really, like I said this before, I consider myself, let's say I consider myself Christian-like. I'm not a practicing Christian, but him involving Jesus in these cons and scams, it really bothers me. Just leave Jesus out of it. If he wants to talk about aliens and New Age nonsense, that's fine. But why does he got to involve people's God in it? Sad.
no, I agree. I'm the same. I'm Christian as well, but I'm not, particularly religious. But yeah, it's mixing it all up. It's just like mumbo jumbo.
Yeah. Well, he's lucky that Christians are very forgiving, especially, even in cases where people just misunderstand Christianity. We try to be forgiving, but he better never try that with the Muslims. Like, what if he took Allah and started twisting Allah into his con? I don't think that the Muslims would take that very well.
Well,
But
I mean, like I said, I'm. He could start mixing up jinn with jinn is a aspect of Muslims. So I
yes,
was
I'm
at a
very familiar
protest
with it.
yesterday, but it just start mixing it all up. It's just is it's just crazy. It's nonsense. But
Yeah.
that's the only word I can use for it is nonsense. What he's talking.
Hero's journey affects your life because it is something that we all have to learn. There is a class for everyone who is born on any living planet in this galaxy. And that class involves the mastery of a series of steps that we could call archetypes. So what we're going to do in Ascension Mystery School 3.0 is elevate your consciousness, give you a unified field theory of science and physics you may have never thought possible.
He's going to elevate our consciousness and give us a unified field theory of. That's a tall order. Like, and how can he even prove he's delivering these things? How can he prove that he elevates your consciousness? Can he even prove that?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
And I stopped at the right place again.
what does it even mean? What did he even mean?
It's more word salad nonsense. Yeah, more word salad
Bring
nonsense.
in geometry, and we're also going to bring you into the true vault of the esoteric, where you learn things that have been sealed since the beginning and are only now becoming available for us to understand and peruse. Here in this class.
Yes, he's got ancient secret knowledge that every archaeologist missed, every anthropologist doesn't know about, every historian on planet Earth in the history of humanity doesn't know about. But he's got a secret vault, Sarah, of that information, and only he can teach us it, right?
And if he has, then he's talking about dark magic.
I guess, yeah, that's one possibility.
Classroom Earth, the
Yeah.
ultimate goal is to no longer reincarnate in third density, in which we are bound by the cycles of karma, known as the Wheel of Karma, and instead restore the true.
And here he is mixing in some Buddhism as well. You're right. It's just a big blender of stories, right? Throw some Jesus in there, get some Buddha in there, Christ consciousness. Maybe we'll mix up some, we got some numerology, some sacred geometry. We got some aliens, some consciousness raising geometry. You just keep throwing it in there, right?
Stick it all in the blender.
It's like that old saying. I guess that's why sometimes people fall for this, because he throws so much crap at the wall, something's going to stick and resonate with somebody that's going to pull out their wallet.
True potential that we were born with, in which we can walk between the worlds of the living and the dead.
Okay, so if you take his course, you're going to be able to walk between the worlds of the living and the dead. That's a superpower. He's promising everybody superpowers. He promised us we'd be able to levitate. Or we'll do a recap when we're done with
We
the
have
whole
the
thing.
psychic insights that carry us through generations.
Psychic
We
insights.
see all of our past lives.
We can see all of our past lives. That's another superpower.
And we have a much greater level of technology and spiritual capability, including telepathy and telekinesis. This future has been promised to us in so many ancient prophecies that it is very remarkable to watch those prophecies fulfilling in today's world.
Yeah, he's such a good prophet, Sarah, that he has been wrong about everything he's ever talked about, but now he's trying to tell people that everything he's been talking about is coming to a head right now.
Unbelievable.
Wrong in 2000, wrong in 2012, wrong in 2020. He famously predicted that Donald Trump was going to win the election in a landslide. That didn't work out. And then he said that if Biden was inaugurated, the alliance would all be murdered. You know, the good guys he talks about.
Yeah, all the executions and all
so
that.
I guess they're all dead because David Wilcock said they would all be executed if Biden was ever inaugurated. Right? He's been wrong about everything, but now we're supposed to believe that everything he's talked about for years is now going to happen. Didn't happen in 2000, didn't happen in 2012, didn't happen in 2020. Now it's going to happen.
In Ascension Mystery School 3.0, you will leave with a much greater sense of what we are actually dealing with here, what the ancient and modern extraterrestrial sources had to say about this, and how best to prepare yourself for the coming ascension. I'm David Wilcock, and I hope that you will join me on this invigorating journey into the true essence of what we are learning here on Earth and where this is all taking us as a planet and a species. We will be doing this every week, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We're going to be giving it to you in an archive so you can watch it anytime you want, or you can join me live. So I'm David Wilcock with Ascension Mystery School 3.0.
Cue the New Age music.
I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching.
Wow, what a pitch. What a pitch,
Wow.
David. That was quite a pitch.
Yeah, and you can be dazzled by his super white teeth as well.
I made a point because I kept on saying he's lying through his fake effing teeth, but I'm trying not to curse anymore on the show. So we'll just say
I've been really good because I curse a lot normally. I've not said a single curse word.
Oh, you've been a good girl tonight. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
I'm normally really
give you the
bad.
talk. I forgot to give you the talk. Yeah, we're trying to clean things up and no cursing in the live chat. Yeah,
No, I did hear you when I watched the last time, so I've been super good because I really curse a lot normally. So
let me change
good
that back.
me.
So, I thought tonight would just be a little off the cuff, like laugh. We could take comments and questions from the live chat. I highly recommend that you check out Sarah's YouTube channel, No Ordinary Life 7, where she kind of makes fun of some of these New Agers, and it's just fun
swear
stuff.
a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of cursing in it. And she's covering, you're covering like Tim Refat and David Icke and the other David, and
yeah, mostly I cover at the moment.
Robert David Steele.
Mostly I'm covering Charlie Ward at the moment.
He's a character.
A bit of Simon Parkes and yeah, I mean, my original channel I set up to expose pathological people. I wrote a couple of books on narcissism and sociopaths, so that's how I started the channel. And then recently it was mostly doing exposes on Charlie Ward and the gang. So
why do you think then, if you've written whole books on this, why do you think that this field of like UFOs and conspiracy land is so filled with these obvious people that have some kind of narcissistic personality disorder or something, right? Or sociopathic even, right? Why is it so filled with so many of them?
I think it's because people want to believe in something different. So, for example, my brother believes in, has always believed in aliens, and he loves Simon Parkes. He thinks he's great. And he's always had this sort of fantasy idea that, I'd like to think that aliens exist. I think it'd be great if they did. But it's this kind of like childlike sort of, wow, it'd be great if aliens come down. I always used to joke and think if, a spaceship came down, come and beam me up, it would be nice. But I'm a critical thinker. I like to kind of like analyze things. So I think these people prey on people's vulnerabilities, and so it's very easy to suck people in with fantasy stories and things like that. And it's a market where it is easy to con people because we all want to believe in something different.
Not only that, but in the
So,
United States, it seems like, I don't know what it's like in England for selling this kind of what I call garbage, but here in the United States, it seems like it's kind of a gray area, like the authorities don't really want to mess with it. They're like, well, psychic or whatever, alien stories, but these people are genuinely faking information and telling people it's real information and taking their money for it. So to me, it's a form of consumer fraud. They gotta know. Like, some of this stuff is easily debunked that they talk about. David Wilcock, on his last stream, he was showing people a picture saying it was a TR-3B, alien spacecraft or back engineered alien spacecraft, and the pictures actually were a Goodyear blimp. And he's got to know that. It was debunked right away, like within hours of somebody posting it.
yeah, I mean, I've noticed, a lot of Americans follow that. Well, we have people here that follow aliens, but I think over here it's more that they tend to follow, they're big time for following psychics and sort of people who are into like ghosts and what have you. I noticed that in the past you've done magic. So one of my brothers is a magician. He's a stage magician, and he's
I was as well. Yeah,
I noticed that. Yeah, so he's very anti psychics and anti sort of that kind of thing, and he he will expose like fake psychics and fake spiritualists and things like that. So we have a lot of those people, like what we call them fake psychics, who'll say that I can read your sort of dead, what's it called?
Yeah, mediums.
When they do cold reading,
talk to your dead relatives. Yeah,
that's
worse.
So we have
psychic.
a lot of that in the UK, but it's about preying on people's vulnerabilities. I think that's what it is. If people are, we have a couple of really big people here that have been outed as con merchants, basically, who've said, you're dead Auntie Flo, and it's all about
extracting money from victims.
Getting money, because people are vulnerable. Your mum's died, and they cold read them, pull them out in the crowd, that kind of thing.
So
I'm very familiar, as I said,
and I've probably looked into at least 100 different psychics or mediums, and every one of them, I don't think that they had any genuine real ability, and they all used similar techniques and magic tricks that I was well familiar with, as well as your brother would be.
I mean, my brother's got a whole wall full of every book on the planet.
Typical magician.
And
I still got mine.
He could do that himself, but he won't do it. He just does it as a magic act. Do you know what I mean? But
he could. A good magician could fake being psychic very easily.
Really easily. Yeah, I remember one time he did a trick where he put a fake ghost picture on the phone and sent it around the town, and they brought the psychic up to the town who was, basically telling everybody that there was a ghost in the pub. And, my brother had done it as a trick. And, hi, it's a friend of mine just come online.
Yeah, good. I hope they subscribe to the channel. You're most welcome. And, good to see you have a few friends come and watch. Sure.
Yeah, a lot of people will probably watch this tomorrow because of the time difference. And, and he...
Yeah, and I want to apologize. I want to apologize to Sarah. Listen, I totally forgot about the time difference. And she said, she sent me this video. I started watching. I said, let's just go on my show and talk about this. It'll be fun. And let's do it at 9 o'clock. I forgot about the time difference. So it's like 1 at 2 a.m. where you are, right?
Yeah, it's like 2:45 in the morning now.
Oh, man. Listen, you got to listen. My guests have to suffer through this show just like me. Okay. You just got to stay awake, slap some coffee in you. You'll be fine.
That's okay.
We're gonna get an elder abuse case. Yeah.
So, but it's but there's con people everywhere. I mean, but that David Wilcock, I mean, so we should go through all of the things that he's promised in this.
Yes. Let's see if we can look. I'm going to try to recap because I didn't take notes. but he told us.
Well, I'm pretty good at remembering. So I told
Okay,
you
yeah, you go.
I've-
And I remember the
I've got
superpowers I'm
Asperger's,
going to get.
So he promised that we could levitate. One of them was levitate, that we could go backwards and forwards into different past lives. That was another one. What was the other thing? That we could, I can't remember.
Walk between the world of the living and the land. And
Between the living and the dead. and learn about the ancient mysteries and talk between aliens. That was it. We could talk to aliens past and present.
We can telepathically communicate and use telekinesis to move objects with our minds.
And I said levitate, didn't I, as well? That was it.
Yeah. But that would be moving us. Telekinesis, you can move like object on a table or something, I think. So you could levitate yourself.
You knocked your webcam off already. So you must have got a bonus because you didn't even pay for his calls.
It was either a poltergeist or a psychic burst, right? I got too excited and I psychically. Maybe I'm getting my superpowers early, Sarah. I didn't even take the course yet.
Without even paying for it.
You know what bugs me is I like the part of me that says something like that is not important, thinks I'll just let it go. But I won't, and I'm gonna have to spend 2 hours after the show downloading it and cutting off the first section and starting it where the webcam was okay, because people may watch this for years and I don't want that on there. Never seen that happen. Live show, friends, warts and all. That was a big wart. Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? That's never happened. So like, oh, I don't know. I should have hit the brake bumper. That's what I should have did. I should have hit the brake bumper. See? Now I'm thinking of it, but it's all good. Everybody understands it's a live show. Strange things may happen, right?
Yeah, well, I think
you could start levitating. You could start levitating because you watched his video. Maybe you learned something about your superpowers. Sarah, come on, man. We could get a lot of views if you could just levitate for everybody right now. That would really help my channel.
That's really good.
By the way, everybody, please, I always forget, please remember to like, comment, and share these videos. It really does help us. Other than that, you could throw money at me. There's Super Chats, Patreon, and a PayPal donate button.
Yeah, you need to praise the cash,
Yes,
I was so impressed with Steve that I actually paid Steve $333 to come on his show.
Yes, that's my new guest fee. If you want to be a guest on Truthseekers, it's $333. And you got to, and I'll arrange the show so that you have to be awake at 3:30 in the morning to do it. See, I'm a good host. I'm so bad at this, Sarah. I apologize. I would have did it in the morning here for you.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Well, if we do it again, I'll make sure to look at the time zone difference, and we'll figure out a time that wouldn't be terrible for both of us, instead of making you stay awake until it gets light out. Yeah, you're like, well, it's time to go to work.
I like
Sun's
the birds
out
in the morning. I can go and listen to them in a minute. But no, it was really good fun. As I said, I'm normally a bit nervous about being on camera, but I've really enjoyed it. It's been really good.
Yeah, well, listen, I know that you felt nervous, and I was like, listen, you don't have to be nervous, Sarah, because this is the bottom of the internet shows. Like, well, you're in the gutter here in the United States being on my show. There's nowhere to go but up from here for you. So you don't have to be nervous.
I'm coming up in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, I apologize. So we're gonna wrap things up, at least for you. Let you get some rest or whatever you need to do. I appreciate you doing this with me. After all, you did send me the video, right? I didn't. Yes, I did not know about it. So yeah. So
I'm coming up, Lewis.
Boy, I don't know. What can I say about David Wilcock's new sales pitch, except I can't believe that he thinks it's okay to promise people superpowers if you take his $333 course. This is just crazy to me, like I can't get over it. Right. And Sarah, I'm just waiting for, I'm going to bring her back in and we'll Yeah. There we go. There we go. There's Sarah. Okay.
Sorry, I had to disappear.
No, it's quite all right. Maybe you got your new. Maybe that's one of the superpowers David Wilcock didn't mention, right? I was saying I can't believe that he's promising people superpowers if you pay for his course. This is crazy. How does he think that's okay from a legal perspective at least, right?
It's crazy.
There better be a whole lot of people with superpowers after they take this course, right? He's promising them. All right. Well, I'm going to let you get out of here. I appreciate your time and your energy very much, and your contribution. And again, people should just search for No Ordinary Life 7 on YouTube and check out her videos. They always crack me up. So please do give her some love and support.
It's been a pleasure.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, when I throw you out, you could just turn your computer off. You don't need to do anything, just so you know, or whatever.
Okay.
You don't have to do anything else. So thank you very much to my guest, Sarah. I appreciate it very much. This was fun. See, this is the kind of fun that I want to get back to. I just want to go and do a show with a friend, and it's really like a conversation between two friends, and people get to join in and take part in the conversation as well. We don't always have to be so incredibly structured and scripted here. Jonaside says, when I get the superpowers, which I will, of course, I'll use them for the greater good. I hope that you do. We don't want you becoming a supervillain, Jonaside. Okay, you got to be a hero, not a supervillain. Imagine if David Wilcock is right and all these people get superpowers like that after his course. Maybe some of them will become supervillains, right? Did this guy just like read too much comic books or something? I don't understand. I don't understand how most people are going to get superpowers if buy your course with a straight face, right? If anybody, look, and if this works for David Wilcock, who knows? Maybe it'll work for me, right? Would you like to learn to fly? Take my new course. I can't wrap my brain around how he can, with a straight face, promise people that they're going to get superpowers and not think that that's like a little too much, right? It's like he went on the woo scale. It's like, dude, you don't go that full woo and promise people actual superpowers. You can't do that, David Wilcock, because what happens when nobody that takes your $333 course gets the superpowers, bro? What are you going to say then? I can't wait to see all these people with superpowers. By the way, I have an open invitation. Anybody that takes David Wilcock's course that wants to come on my show and talk about it and maybe show us your superpowers, you have an open invitation. The door is definitely open. The door is definitely open. If you took David Wilcock's course, especially if you got some superpowers like he's promising, then come on my show and show everybody your superpowers. Now we'll take some comments and questions from the live chat. Professor Wilcox and the W-Men, it just doesn't have the same ring as Professor Xavier and the X-Men. You know, Moody Mongol, my youngest son's name is Xavier, and I just always liked that name too, but I'm pretty sure I named him after Professor Xavier. Don't tell my wife. She liked the name Xavier too, because it was like a very uncommon name. You know, there's a lot of Johns, a lot of Mikes, a lot of Steves. There's not a lot of Xaviers. So he got the name Xavier. AJ wants to know, as he started selling billboard space on his forehead. The opinions expressed in the live chat are not necessarily those of Truthseekers or Spectral International LLC. Not that I disagree, but it is what it is. The only superpower David showed us is his power teeth whitening. Oh, no. Yeah, guys, I try to stay away from his appearance because I'd really just prefer to talk about I would prefer to talk about the content of the speeches that he is making and how ridiculous it is. Going to his appearance is kind of, It's too easy, honestly. A lot to make fun of there, but I try not to. Matt is here with a kind word. World peace for everyone. Please stop dropping bombs on each other. Hey, I agree with that 100%. Every day, I say my prayers, and one of them is for peace, just peace for all people. It's a shame what's going on in the world. Sharon is here and says Xavier is a rock star name. Yeah, I figured it would be good for him if he becomes any kind of a rock star, or rapper, or performer. He could just be X, right? He could have like a big X belt buckle, you know. I don't know. That's funny. Yeah, 6 Cents posted the disclaimer. I just don't want to get, in any legal hassles. So, and also YouTube is really being strict, and I don't know what they constitute as defaming somebody or being personally insulting. Yeah, Sharon says absolutely. Yeah, so we can do we're going to do a roll call here, see if we can shout everybody out. It's roll call time, friends. Just to acknowledge everybody that showed up for participation in the live chat this fine Sunday evening. Jolly Bridge Burner is here. Still Falling Forward is here. GS Grippler is here. Bozo D Clown is here. Charles Unleashed is here. The Sixth Sense is here. Martin R is here. Gene and Rockstar is here. FGraph72 is here. AJ is here. Out of Mind is here. Charles Unleashed is here. And of course, we have Jonaside is here. BS Alert Buddy is here. The Sixth Sense, or Sixth Design, is here. And Moody Mongol is here. Pooh Slinger is here. Pseudo Lucian is here. Space Academy is here. I noticed we have some friends from Sarah's channel. So if you enjoy Sarah's channel, you might enjoy mine. That's why I had her too, so that some of my friends may go over and enjoy some of her content. FGraph72 is here. Matt Gadet is here. I think did we get you all? Killboy 2100 is here. Brad Gray is here. AJ is here. Shout out and roll call to all of you who got the notification and showed up. Good for you. If you have not, please smash that like button. Hit the notification bell. Be informed of new shows every time. Motivated K9. Motivated K9 is here. Sharon is here. Can we mention BS Alert Buddy? Juliet Yates is here. Good to see you. Shout out to Juliet Yates. Yeah, so we seem to have a lot of new people that showed up to the show, maybe from Sarah's channel. And for that, I am very thankful. Dan Hogan is here. Dan Hogan, shout out to Dan Hogan, who says, I told Wilcock that I would pay the $333 if he could promise me my superpowers would be to walk through walls so I could steal pizza from your cabin. No pizza for you. This is ongoing feud. In the summertime, Dan Hogan may drive up to my cabin and I'm going to have a pizza feast just to shut him up. Tired of hearing him complain about the wood stove pizza, right? Oh, did I miss a super chat? Thank you, Jonaside. How did I miss it? I must have been busy, so I apologize. 1 second. FGraph72, I am going to go and see if I can't find that. They put all of them in one place in my YouTube studio. So if I do miss one, thank you for somebody letting me know so that I can correct that. We shout out every single super chat, right? And today we had one for a kind and generous super chat of $2 from FGraph72, who says, "Oh, praise the cash." FGraph72, thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support of the show. It is much appreciated. Every dollar really does help keep the ball rolling here. And rolling it is, and I'm so thankful for the kindness and generosity and support. Anybody can support the show. We're a viewer-supported show. So praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. FGraf72. And thank you for a kind and generous $2 super chat donation. Thank you very much. We read every single super chat, and we thank every single super chatter, and we acknowledge and thank every single super sticker. That is what we do here. Matt says, you seem like a cool, down-to-earth guy, Stephen. Would love to smoke a joint with you and have some deep conversations. That's pretty much what we do every night on my show here. So you are most welcome, new friend. Hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you know about new shows. I wanted to mention that tomorrow night is going to be a great and important show. Because tomorrow night I'm finally going to get to talk to Jeremy McGowan. If you know anything about UFOs, you may be familiar with Jeremy McGowan, who is sort of a researcher, commentator, and a person with interest in UFOs. And he has some incredibly great hot takes. I've really enjoyed listening to this man, Mr. McGowan, who basically talks about some of the UFO news going on and corrects everybody's errors. It's amazing. Oh, and Jonaside, there you go, with a kind and generous $3.33 donation. And notice that he did 333, just like David Wilcock. And he says, superpowers. Yes, I'm sorry, I cannot give you superpowers for $3.33. Maybe for $333, right? Maybe I could pay David Wilcock to teach me how to teach people how to unlock their superpowers, and then I could do it too for $333. I don't know. Yo, man, you got another Canadian friend. Yeah, good. I'm glad to see that. We got a lot of Canadian. And shout out to Martin R, who is here. Did not shout you out or see you there before. FGraf72 and Jonaside, the kind and generous super chat donators tonight. I want to thank Jonaside for his kindness, generosity, and support. He has supported the show since the very beginning, since before this show began. I think he was listening in on the Midnight Hour show when I did an audio podcast. And by the way, next week we begin. Truthseekers will be on multiple podcast networks. I've been busily working behind the scenes. You asked for it. You're getting it. Rogue Status is here and says, this show sucks. Okay. Yeah, thanks, bro. Way to support me. Yeah. Way to support me. Oh, boy. What do I do? Yeah. Rogue Status is like from Philly, though. And see, for those that don't know, Philly boys are rough and tumble. And we express affection for each other by busting balls, right? So like he might come into my show and say, this show sucks. And I might look at his car and go, boy, what a rock star car when he's got a jalopy, you know? Like we bust balls. That's what we do. So I won't take it personal. I'll take that as from a Philly boy. That's an expression of affection. That's the way we do it. We bust balls. Yeah, he said busting balls, homie. Exactly. I just want to explain to people because, like, some people might not know that you're kidding and be like, who's this guy? Who's this clown saying Steve's show sucks and get all, offended. Yeah, I'm not offended. I understand it for what it is, knowing that Rogue Status is a Philly boy. Spooky says Rogue is Wilcock confirmed. Could be, and we can check. It's good to know that I can always go to YouTube Studio if I miss a super chat. And I want to remind the moderators that if I do miss any super chat, even one, let me know in the live chat that I missed it, and I can go to YouTube Studio and find it and shout it out. We shout out every single super chat. We thank every single super chat, super stickers, everybody. And I want to take a moment to thank the kindness, generosity, and support of our Patreon supporters and PayPal donators. There's buttons in the About section. It really does help. Terry Joyce Investigates says she's waiting for someone to bust her balls. I didn't know you had balls, but that explains a lot about you, Terry Joyce. Wow. It explains a lot of things, a lot of, kind of questions about stuff. Oh, Terry Joyce has balls. Just now I have a mental image of you with balls in my head, Terry Joyce. Thank you. How am I going to get a mental image of Terry Joyce's huge balls out of my head? Right? Oh, yeah. And Sarah's in the live chat saying, thank you for having me. Really enjoyed it. Night, Stephen Cambion. Yeah, I'm so sorry for keeping her up until 3:45 in the morning or whatever it is there. I totally forgot about the time difference, and she didn't want to say no. She should have messaged me and said, I'm sorry, but do you realize the time difference? It's going to be 4 a.m. when I have to do this or whatever. But she's such a nice lady that she just did it. She did, what? I am very blessed with good guests. So tomorrow we're going to have Jeremy McGowan on the UFO Report. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not miss that. It's going to be good. I think Jeremy, has some excellent explanations for some of the UFO topics and things that people are talking about. And I am very, I'm pleased and delighted to get to pick his brain because I've been watching his videos and agreeing with most everything he says. And he's got some great information about drones and drone technology that I have not heard anywhere else. And if you're interested in UFOs, and listen, there's so many people that are pushing photos and videos and things on the UFO community that may indeed just be drones. We need to know about it. And Mr. McGowan is very knowledgeable on these subjects. So you really do want to join us tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, and you, Six Cents, kindly sharing. What a great, he's got the MVP for moderator, always helping the show. I want to take a moment to thank the Six Cents for always being here, being a chat room moderator and helping move the show along and share information. He's got Jeremy McGowan on Twitter, and you can search Jeremy D. McGowan on YouTube and find his YouTube channel, and you will enjoy it. If you enjoy my content especially, right? I missed the show tonight, but I'll be back tomorrow, Stephen. It's quite all right, Karen. And shout out to Karen Rocha. Good to see you here. Jonaside, I agree, Rogue, but she got 50 black belts in Kung Fu. Oh, no. And Dan Hogan asked, what happened to that guy you interviewed who said he took pictures of ETs and had like a UFO pet worm? No, it was an alien shrimp, Dan Hogan. He had a shrimp from an alien planet that the aliens gave him. Okay? He had an alien shrimp. I don't know what happened to him. Last I heard from him, he was still really trying to sell his book full of alien pictures that don't include any pictures of aliens, but I think it's supposed to be like artwork from or inspired by the aliens, or yeah, V, I agree 100% with you. The real disclosure rising stars are much too often ignored. Yeah, there seems to be like 10 UFO celebrities that get all the mainstream attention. And, meanwhile, there's hundreds of guys in the underground that actually have a lot better information to share that often get ignored. And not that I'm bitter. I don't really want to go on some of these television shows. But what if they asked me? I bet you. I don't know. We'll see. And, I think there's a place at the table for all people, including me. Somebody's got to take a little more skeptical side to some of these things and not be so easy to just say, hey, not be so quick to believe in it all, right? And I can't believe the amount of garbage that UFO people especially are being spoon-fed. It is literal garbage, absolutely proves nothing. And all of these people are hyping it up like it's, absolute proof of alien technology visiting our planet. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's nothing. It's nothing like that. Yeah. Spooky asks, when is the Roswell debate? Never, I believe, because Mr. Randall will not agree to do it so far. I've tried 3-4 different times. I could try again. I don't think the Roswell debate with the panel of everybody on the Revisiting Roswell series is going to happen. But here's what I'm going to do. Spooky, I'm making several new episodes of Revisiting Roswell with other guests. And when we finish that run, there will be 3 or 4 new guests in the Revisiting Roswell series, which we're kind of rebooting and starting again. Once that is completed, I will invite everyone that was a guest on the series to come and do a final panel show. Whoever doesn't want to, doesn't have to, but I'm going to do the panel show at the end of the thing regardless, because I think that would be really informative to have all. We're going to have skeptics there. We're going to have believers there. We're going to have all kinds of different viewpoints, and we can share it all at once, have everybody give their best evidence in 10 minutes or less or whatever, right? Yeah. And Sharon with the kind and generous $5 super sticker. Thank you very much, Sharon. I appreciate your kindness, your generosity, and support. Every bit helps the show. Keep the ball rolling here. That's what I'm trying to do, right? And sometimes I feel like that ball is rolling downhill and we're gaining some momentum. And sometimes it feels like I'm trying to push a boulder up a mountain. But every time somebody is kind or generous enough to send a super sticker or a super chat or whatever, it makes me smile. And it makes that boulder feel a little less heavy. So thank you for your kindness and your support. We are a viewer-supported show, friends. So that's how you show your love, or the other way that you show your love, and this is equally as important, is that you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Send this video to some friends. Ask them to subscribe to the channel. Do you know anybody that likes this kind of content or you think would enjoy it? Please share this stuff on your social media. We are steadily rising in the search engines here, and 20%, some 20% of our views here come from people just searching something on YouTube. I'd like that to be, and the more people share or like or comment, the more engagement we get here, the higher YouTube will raise us in the search engine and allow more and more people to find us. So everything like that helps. Smash that like button. You can smash the dislike button. YouTube doesn't care. Neither do I, right? I love the people that are smashing the dislike button just as much as I love the people that are smashing the like button. All right, I like the people with the like button a little better. Just a little better, right? Smashing the dislike button. Oh, and we have amateur numbers tonight because only one downvote tonight before the show is even over. But I'll take it. I love you, whoever downvoted me. Thank you. Thank you for your kindness because you're helping me raise my engagement rate, right? And thank you for expressing your dissatisfaction with my show tonight before it's even finished. How do you know I'm not going to do some amazing stuff you'll love in the last 2 minutes of the show? You downvoted me already? Oh. But it's all good because you can't please all the people all the time. And really, tonight I just wanted to have some fun with a friend. And I'm so glad that I could take you guys with me to do that, right? I got to tell you, friends, I'm always happy. I'm always happy when there's an audience. And I want to thank you for being a part of mine. We're going to bounce out of here and call it a quick one tonight because I've got a bunch of other stuff to do to ready. I'm getting it ready. The audio podcast, which is going to be starting sometime next week, transmitting to a bunch. I will make an announcement, but we're going to be on a lot of different audio podcasting networks as Truthseekers. So basically, when we're done with this transition and change, anywhere you get audio podcasts, you should be able to get Truthseekers. And just a word for the people that were concerned that something's going to change, something here's going to change. No, we're just taking the audio from the show here that you've become used to, the video show, but we're taking the audio and putting it in audio podcast land with a few changes and additions. But for all intents and purposes, this show that you've come to know and love will not change. This is a good thing, actually. It simply means that if you're somewhere and you can't watch a video, or you don't want to watch a video, or you simply want to listen to the show to see what we're talking about or what's going on, you can tune into almost any podcast network and just listen. I've heard that a lot of people, Spooky just cracked me up. Can't hear the Christian strippers. Won't listen. Sorry, not sorry. Just cracked me up. You can't hear the strippers. You know what? Maybe I'll get somebody to just describe this dancing strippers to the people in audio land. Yeah, that's the one downside to moving the show to also be in the format of an audio podcast. I'm going to have to remember that people can't see the sight gags that we're doing or the visuals, right? But I think for the most part, it'll translate fine into an audio format as well. And we need more strippers with balls. Oh, geez, Killboy. I say I hear my audience and I do what they want, but sometimes an audience member will ask something that's just a little too much. Okay. We're trying to stay monetized here, Killboy. I'm not sure how I would do that. Jonocide says clown dancers. Now that I can do. And yes, Jonocide is getting his slides. I'm so mad at Jonas. I love you, brother. I love you, Jonocide. Really. But I'm mad at you because I had to spend a good portion of my weekend trying to figure out how to make and share slides on my show because you will not stop asking for slides, right? I don't know if you think Jonocide thinks I'm like the anti David Wilcock, right? Or like, like the negative world, like maybe I'm the version of David Wilcock from the dark world, right? And he's from the light world. I don't know. Like Jonocide wants me to have multiple camera angles, like Mr. Wilcock. He wants me. He is intent. I gotta have slides. Why? Because David Wilcock has slides, right? But I heard him, and I'm gonna start using some slides because he's a good supporter of the show, and we hear and listen. Right? We hear you and we listen to you. I'm very excited because I think in the next day or two, my dancing monkey will arrive. And every time somebody sends a super chat donation, I'm going to make a monkey dance. Why? I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's fun and it's funny. And there's a certain bit of interaction there, right? that I think that people will enjoy, right? Like you can send me $1 and the monkey will start dancing. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. So next week is going to be a lot of changes, but most of them for you guys will be seamless, but it's going to be just a lot of extra work for me. We're also working on this YouTube membership thing. I've got to make a welcome video for the YouTube memberships and a few other things, but next week I think both should be online. I'm working really hard to expand the show here. That's going to be my focus going forward for the next month. First of all, more shows. Second of all, more distribution points to accept the shows, including this new audio version of the show, and maybe some new streaming locations and the YouTube memberships. It's a tall order. That's a lot of stuff to try to deal with. But I think it's important to continue growing the show. And I'm a big believer in that saying from The Art of War, which is opportunities multiply as they are seized. And I'm out here trying to seize every opportunity to make the show successful. I want to thank each and every one of you who've been with me so far, who have supported the show in one form or another. It's not just me celebrating this success. It's all of us, because certainly you guys all played a huge part in making this thing work, right? In spreading it and getting us more subscribers and getting us some gear or equipment or anything we needed. There was somebody there to help me. And I got to tell you, it restores my faith in humanity to know there's good people out there willing to help a brother out. So I'm always happy when there's an audience. Thank you guys so much for coming here tonight and being a part of mine. And I want to thank Sarah for coming here and just enjoying having a good time and maybe a few laughs over this David Wilcock sales pitch. Until next time, friends, my name is Stephen Cambion. Good night, and God bless all of you, even you, David Wilcock.